Phineas and Ferb is the best show of all time. Everyone knows this to be true. There are 0 people alive that don't at least quote one joke from this show. No living human beings can look at Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz and think, yeah, I don't like this guy. And this show has a ton of music. 1 song per episode, with nearly all of them having more than that. And with 222 segments, 2 movies, at least 1 video game, 2 sequel series, and an upcoming reboot, there's simply too much music for any sane person to cover. Thankfully, I'm not sane. I recently ranked every Metallica song and every Weezer song. Those were 202 songs and 240 songs respectively. This time I have over 340 songs to rank. God help me. Thankfully, a good majority of these songs are under a minute long, and nearly every single one of these songs is great this time around. Comparing the worst of Phineas and Ferb is like infinitely better than the worst of either of them. It's like night and day. Nearly every song in here is either good sounding, funny, or both. That said, for the last 2 I had some complex rule sets. This time around I just listened to everything on the Phineas and Ferb Wiki's song list, and decided what did and didn't count. Things I'm not including are straight up covers, which is important for the second Christmas episode, and jingles. I include variants of songs if they're included in separate episodes and have different lyrics. If they are the same lyrics, shortened versions, instrumentals, or mere instrument changes while the rest is the same, I won't be including it as a variant. In addition, if the variant is in the same episode, I'll consider it an extension to the same song, because let's be real, they usually are. I'm not going to be including jingles either, so sorry to all 6 of you that really love Brick and think it's the best in the show, I'm not ranking it. If it's 1 line or less, I don't include it. What does and doesn't count as a jingle if it's longer than that is up to my own personal discretion. If you disagree, good for you. I did decide to include songs that weren't from the main series, such as all of the movies and the canon sequel series like Alka Files and Milo Murphy's Law, on the condition that vocals were provided by a member of the original Phineas and Ferb cast. There are 2 other surprises that I included that you won't see coming, so you gotta be on your toes for those. I'm ranking these using my own personal opinion and nothing else. I won't even pretend to be objective because I don't believe in objectivity. You came here for my opinion and that's what you're gonna get. I'll be considering more than just music, however, because if I was judging these solely on the merits of music, it'd be a little silly. These are, after all, songs from a comedy television show. So in addition to musical enjoyment, I'll be taking into account how funny the lyrics are and how creative the songs are in general. Thus, bonus points will be awarded to songs with obscure or underrepresented genres, even if I don't like those genres. And again, if the lyrics made me laugh consistently, that's a plus. Music quality is the most important, followed by comedy and creativity being the least important. So, with the rules being established and introduction not even remotely done, let's get straight into it. It's time to rank every single Phineas and Ferb song. Number 345, Major Monogram theme song. This is a song that's supposed to be bad. And it is. Carl likes the big finish and so do I, but I cannot put this any higher. I literally can't. 344, Good King Wenceslas. This is the worst song in the show where an effort was actually put into it. It's a cover of the Christmas song with different lyrics, which is why I'm counting it, sung by Buford. I don't care if I get a Christmas wedgie. I do not like this song whatsoever. 343, A Platypus Fight. Lazy. This is the laziest song in the show. The lyrics are nothing, the melody is bad, and this song just sucks. 342, Square Dance. This is literally just the I don't care what I've been told march. 341, I Really Don't Hate Christmas. If this song was Christmas, I'd hate Christmas. Why does it go on for so long? 340, Bubblegum. I don't know if this counts as a song and not a jingle because it has no substance. 339, Egyptian Guitar Solo. I didn't want to include this because it didn't feel like an actual song, but I double checked and this lyricless generic Phrygian scale is the only song in the episode. 338, My Streets. This is not only an incredibly boring and generic metal song, but also one that they had so little confidence in that they decided not to make it audible behind the action sound effects and dialogue. 337, What Is This Thing? Bad. That's what it is. Imagine ending season 3 with this mid of a song. 336, Vampire Song. This song is horrible. Why are the vocals so bad? The backing track is pretty alright, but the vocals ruin it so much, and it's not particularly funny either. I feel really bad for Candace, to be honest. 335, Pin Bowling. This is completely substanceless. 334, Big Brain. I really actively do not care about this song. Here's my anti-blues bias in full force. 333, Yippee-ki-yay. This song is very boring. The riff is generic and the vocal effect drowns out any attempt at a melody that there might have been. 332, Weaponry. This is carried by its lyrics. War tunes gotta be in the bottom 3 genres of all time. I'm so sorry, Norm. 331, Scythinator. Doofenshmirtz gets so many of these Broadway tunes and they're basically all exactly the same. There's better ones ahead than this. This one's basic as hell and the singing in this one teeters between bad and spoken word. 330, Go Candace. This is the same song as Go Go Phineas, but makes less sense rhythmically. 329, Go Go Phineas. This is substanceless. I don't think I'll offend anyone if I say this one's kind of bad. 328, My Chariot. This is generic rock, I don't care for it. 327, F Games. I'll pass, on the song and doing that to games. 326, Run Candace Run. This is repetitive and I don't care for the genre that it's trying to be. I would consider it electronic 70s music, but it's a genre I don't listen to, so I might be wrong. 325, Bits of All of Us. I don't like this. The guitar's fine. It's written like a song for toddlers, though. 324, The Ballad of the Black Knight. I don't care for the medieval vibe, but it's entertaining. 322, My Name is Doof, and you'll do what I say, whoop, whoop. It's supposed to be annoying, and it is, but it's funny. 322, Mission. This is supposed to be infuriating, and it is, but it doesn't sound horrible. 321, Danville Swap Meet. A very generic blues shuffle. 320, The Ballad of Badbeard. Not a fan of this song, but the My Nostrils Whisper to Me line is golden. 319, this is our battle song. There are like 5 going to war songs in this show, and they're all kind of bad, but this is definitely the worst one. 318, Tour de Ferb. This is very, very boring. Despite the episode itself being memorable, this song is not stuck with me, and that's because it's a nothing burger of a song. 317, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. This is a great take on the song, but like in the creativity department, this gets a solid 0 because it's a cover. I don't like Christmas songs as is, so this was doomed from the start, but some of the lyrical changes were somewhat funny. 316, Tri-State Area Unification Day. This is easily the worst Love Handle song. 315, Gotta Get Back in Time. This is a worthless song, to be honest. 314, Jetpack Volleyball. This is the most generic song in the entire show. 313, Cool. This is just the word cool, and I don't care for it. 312, Bouncing Around the World. This is a very repetitive and boring one, just like the section in the video. 311, Just Passing Through. Not a blues fan, and this is the most blues song in the entirety of Phineas and Ferb. 310, Horse in a Bookcase. It's a horse in a bookcase. 309, I'm Lindana and I want to have some fun. Despite having 3 versions, none of them are particularly good. 308, Extremely Extreme. I don't know why they chose to make a song about being cool, and not in the sense of just being called cool like the song from 2 entries ago. It's lyrically and creatively bankrupt, but it's not an awful song. 307, Gotta Get Gone. I don't even know if this counts because it's a song from a video game. It's really boring and overlong. 306, Ain't No Kitty Ride. This is boring and generic. 305, Our Movie's Better Than Yours. Despite being a terrible genre and Imperial March, this isn't bad. I'm really surprised. Plus, I like any song that's about shit-talking other people's opinions. 304, The Moment Has Arrived. This is a pretty good song, but it's completely drowned out by talking. A real shame. 303, Hail Dufania. This is a song that exists. I'm okay with it stopping. 302, Lady Song. The song is memorable, but not really good. Not really funny either. It's just a British person talking rhythmically. The joke is that it becomes a British hard rock song in the middle despite being posh, but like, I don't care. 301, Midlife Crisis. The kazoo solo was great. The rest is very boring and I don't like it. 300, Fish Out of Water. This is very boring for a ballad. Number 299, Taking Care of Things. What is the purpose of this song? Why does it exist contextually? I don't like it. 298, Technology vs. Nature. This is a thoroughly unimpressive song, but does not sound bad. 297, Bad Luck. This is boring. 296, Platypus Walk. I don't care. The breakbeat section was funny and ahead of its time, though. 295, X-Ray Eyes. I already forgot everything about this song, and I just finished it at the time of writing. And at time of recording, I didn't even remember it existed. 294, Charmed Life. This is a super generic Broadway song. There's so many in this show that this one doesn't hold a candle to, but on its own, it's still pretty good. 293, Follow the Sun. The talking in this song, while funny, detract from the song, which sucks because it was already pretty bland and unimpressive. 292, Alka's Going Down. This is depressingly minimalist. Feels empty. 291, Quirky Worky Song. This is iconic, but not something I'd be caught dead listening to. 290, To War. This is another one of those songs that I like enough, but wouldn't be caught dead listening to in public. Meep was not built for music. He was built for meeping. Meep moment. 289, And the Animals Go. This is an incredibly funny song. It's not a good song, but it's incredibly funny. 288, Evil Boys. If you like blues, then this is literally the best thing ever. Unfortunately, I don't. 287, Candace, Who's That Girl? This is the worst of the 2 songs called Candace. 286, Truck Driving Girl. Basic country blues rock. As basic as something that can be described with those 3 genres could be. The lyrics are somewhat funny though. 285, Football X7. If you like the words Football X7, then this is the song for you. 284, Hockey Z9. If you like Football X7 but hate the words Football X7, then this is the song for you. 283, When Will He Call Me? This is fine. Not my thing, but pretty good for what it is. 282, All the Convoluted Reasons We Pretend to Be Divorced. This song kinda sucks. They don't work well together. But like, it's written pretty well. I don't know how to feel about this. 281, Pinhead Pierre. This is a pretty inoffensive 16 seconds. 280, Scrapbook of Memories. Love Handle either makes bangers or the most boring rock imaginable, and this is the latter. 279, He's Eviler. Generic pop jazz, I don't know. 278, Dr. Coconut. My friend said this doesn't count, so I'm putting it here just to spite him. 277, Great to Be a Baby. It would be embarrassing to place this higher. 276, Brand New Best Friend. The jokes don't really land for me on this one, and it's not particularly pleasant either. The Coming At You Fridays line is great though. 275, and Probably Not / Buford in Trouble. The fact that Baljeet ends the song by saying, I'm sorry everyone, that sounded better in my head, tells you all you need to know. Doesn't necessarily redeem it, but it kinda does. 274, Red Rubber Boots. I can't believe Doofenshmirtz is fucking dead. 273, He's a Bully. This is a really funny glam rock song. Generic, but good. 272, Elementary. This is such a Phineas and Ferb sounding Phineas and Ferb song. 271, Irving's Camp Song. This is an entertaining multi-part epic, and yet none of the individual parts are very good. But lyrically, this is amazing. Why is Irving's mom so evil? 270, Subterranean Crocodile Apprehension Expedition. What an interesting series of words. Not as interesting of a song though. 269, Unsung Hero. This is tonally dissonant and unnecessary. I get that's the joke, but like, I kinda don't care. 268, Mix and Mingle Machine. This isn't a great song, but the lyrics are amazing. Really funny stuff here. Shout out to the line where he's like, I think a chicken's following me, and then the chicken's like, yeah, I'm following him. 267, He's Bigfoot. This one's cool because of the lyrical dissonance of him trying to scare the kids with the happiest sounding song ever. The guitar works fire. 266, Bust Your Brothers. I like how they start the song by saying, You gotta bust. 265, Summer All Over the World. If not the whole world, then at least the northern hemisphere. The other half's in a different time of year, but they can still say ooh yeah is such a funny line that it saves this otherwise bland song. 264, Questing Song. This is a short one and I'm not sure if it counts, but I'm including it because it's not bad. Very glad it didn't go on for longer than it needed to. 263, You're My Better Best Friend. It's fine. 262, Leave the Busting to Us. This is pretty fun. 261, Straight Up Bust. This is unimpressive, but not bad. 260, You're Not Ferb. The song has really awful lyrics, but the chorus is okay, so I forgive it a little bit. 259, They Left Me Standing Outside. This is a fine song for alcophiles. I don't care for it one way or another, but I don't hate it. 258, Rusty's Song. It was better when he was actively trying to ruin the kid's day. I get the joke is that it's supposed to switch to be happier, but like, it came at too much of a detriment to the music for it to be ranked higher. 257, Pyramid Sports. I don't care for this one way or the other, but You Can Even Pyramid Fish got me good. 256, Pick a Nick Bust. My sister sometimes remembers this one, but I never will. The song's kinda lame. 255, Robot Riot. I always considered this one a really generic rock song. It's largely unimpressive, but not bad. The lyrics are pretty funny near the end. 254, The Innator Method. This is a largely unimpressive song, but the backup singers do a good job. 253, Space Adventure. This is a fun song, and then it gets interrupted. 252, On the Trail. Speaking of interrupted, the cows sing on this one. 251, When You're Small. Why does Phineas do that with his eyebrows when he calls Irving small? Number 250, Phineas and Ferb Remix. Despite me not liking EDM at all, this is a pretty cool way to celebrate the musical history of the show. It's cool. 249, Greenland National Anthem. I like to imagine this is the real Greenland National Anthem. I know it isn't, but you should let me have this. 248, Cheesetopia. This is unimpressive, but not bad. 247, Silhouettes, generic rock again, I continue to not care. 246, Van Stom's Rule 1, all I wrote in my script is the word Buford. 245, If You Travel Through Dimensions. It does not need a chorus. 244, The Shark of Danville Harbor. This song is definitely the best Phineas and Ferb sea shanty. A pretty good melody overall. 243, All-Terrain Vehicle. It's no highly unconventional vehicle, which I will always prefer to a conventional vehicle. I like the key change for this one somehow, that's a rarity. But like, If it's all-terrain, why bother with anything other than the plane mode? Why would you want it to work on all kinds of roads if it can literally just fly? More importantly, why does this mean that they both built a highly unconventional vehicle and an airplane and an all-terrain vehicle on separate occasions and consider them separate inventions? Come on. 242, Shooting Star Milkshake Bar. This is another blues rock song. There's so much in the early seasons and they all blend together. I would not trust a space milkshake. What are they made out of? I like that this whole song was just made to make an ass joke. 241, We Are the Moms. This starts out being quite annoying, but the chorus is anthemic and good. I wish it wasn't accompanied by a baby crying in the show, but that's the reason it exists, so I don't know. 240, A Brand New Reality. This song has elements of glitch pop, which is unexpected and ahead of its time. The chorus is pretty nice and it carries. 239, I Believe We Can. I don't know who Clay Aiken or Chaka Khan are, but yeah, good for them. 238, Savannah. It's always great to see them branch off into unexpected genres. The setting demanded a more cultural sound, and they did a really good job at making it seem authentic, despite being very influenced by Western styles. This is a good time. 237, Candace Party. Don't call it that, it's just an intimate get-together. Get out of Candace's house! 236, In the Mall. This is better than the Weezer song of the same name. It features cows. 235, Mobile Mammal. This is one of the better southern rock songs in the show. 234, Never Gonna Be an Ordinary Day. This would be a banger if Candace didn't talk over it. 233, Breaking Out. This is one of the best generic blues songs in the entire show, but it is still generic. 232, Army of Me. The backing singers carry hard. They sound so great. 231, Feelin' Super. This song is dumb as hell and I really like it. Why did they make this meaningless song that conveys no information and does not advance the plot a Beastie Boys sounding thing? What is this? 230, Boat of Romance. This song is really neat. I have nothing to say about it. 229, Lots of Me. This song has no right being this good. It's a dumb rap song that just samples a Doofenshmirtz soundbite, but it sounds genuinely funky. 228, Sports. They ran out of clever titles. This is literally just called Sports, even though there's already a song called Pyramid Sports and two identical songs that are both named after specific sports. 227, Bollywood. Phineas's verse kinda sucks, and that's what makes it so cool, especially the Perry joke at the end. Gold. 226, Fantastic Furbulous Car Wash. For some reason, the animation for this song is absolutely amazing. Why did they pick this song to put all of the animation budget into? 225, Perfect Day. This is a fine song, but it's completely inaudible because the animals that are chasing Candace are simply too loud. The episode version was ranked way lower, but the Spotify version brought it up. 224, Ring of Fun. This is a very forgettable but not bad song. And from here on out, there's no more mediocrity. It's all bangers from here. 223, Troy Song. This has a bagpipe solo. I had this relatively high, but then they put a bagpipe solo in there. This is a masterpiece. 222, Simp. Squirrels in My Pants. This is a fine song, but what really carries it is the line, how can I qualify for government grants? 221, come on kids, let's squirt that gelatin monster. 220, Pressure. This is a really good song for one that's not actually in Phineas and Ferb. The ukulele and xylophone are nice. Once the rap kicks in, it goes from okay to good. 219, Be a Squirrel. This is an embarrassing one to listen to, but it sounds good. I'll defend this one. 218, My Evil Buddies and Me. Very great that every time they try to make a song about how evil someone is, they do something stupid with it. Here they do an upbeat swing rock tune. Very fun. 217, Running from Love. In a bear suit. You could in fact do a whole lot worse. 216, Breath. I really wish this song wasn't being talked over. 215, Aren't You a Little Young? This song is so dumb and it's charming because of it. 214, Irish Rover. This is a nice little Irish ditty. I like it. 213, Guard Song. Good for these guards. They get to sing for 20 seconds until the Wicked Witch of the Tri-State area shows up. They did a good job. 212, Foam Town. This is a fun song, if not very generic for Phineas and Ferb. They do a lot of this style. The electronic vocals really make this what it is. 211, Save You, Save Me. This is great. Wish it was more than 18 seconds long. 210, Adulting. This is not a great song, but it's incredibly entertaining to watch Doofenshmirtz get ratioed by children. This is an amazing thing to witness, but I would never listen to it without watching the movie. 209, Skiddly Whiffers. Skiddly Whiffers is cool. 208, History of Rock. This brilliantly combines a ton of styles of rock really cleverly. Not every section is music gold or anything, but the fact that they so seamlessly combine is incredibly impressive. Too bad the guy misattributed the guitar solo to psychedelia. It came from jazz, dipshit. 207, Funky Rhythms in the Bathroom. I really like this one. It's minimalist, but it's cool. Very freeform jazz type. 206, Tomorrow is This Morning Again. Candace's half makes this what it is. but what it is not very much. 205, Give Me Your Money Today. This is a brilliant work of satire. 204, Heck of a Day. Let Doofenshmirtz say hell, cowards. 203, We're Back. For a promotional song, this is quite nice. Glad it didn't make it into the final movie, though. 202, Perrytronic. This is pretty catchy. I like the percussion. 201, Drusselstein Driving Test Vaults. This is an okay song, but it's a great bit. Very entertaining. Mostly because of the Perry the Platypus shenanigans. 200, Professor Elemental Future Past. Okay. I had no idea piano rap was a genre that was capable of producing a song this good. This is amazing. Really gets the steampunk vibe despite not being what would be typically associated with it. 199, There Was No Candy in Me. The song was the funniest thing in the world to me as a kid. Nowadays I just think it's amusing. 198, Floor After Floor. This is incredibly repetitive, but it isn't bad. It's catchy enough to excuse the laziness. 197, My Ride from Outer Space. This is a very fun hard rock song, not crazy or anything. 196, Epic Monster Battle. The little acoustic section in the middle is very good, some very great guitar work. This one has some good comedic value near the end as well. Like, how is he up again? 195, Perry's Hat. This is a 90s grunge ballad and it just so happens to be better than what it's satirizing. 194, One Last Day of Summer. Why did they do Buford like that? Let him bring an entire pig as a snack, come on. 193, Doof 101. This is fun. I like the timeline joke. 192, In the Empire. Candace kinda slayed this, as she typically does. She's built for rock. 191, Non-Reaction Song. 190, Music Makes Us Better. This is extremely metal for a Phineas and Ferb song. 189, Flying Fishmonger. Not crazy, but it's damn good for blues rock. 188, Alka-Files. This is pretty fun. Didn't know it existed because I never watched the show, but the theme is at least pretty good. 187, That Christmas Feeling. This is a really great song. One of the best Christmas songs ever, which, again, not a high bar, but, you know, still. 186, Helicopter Fight. The fact that this is a heavy metal song that's just one elaborate linguistic joke just makes this one of the funniest concepts the show has ever done. 185, I'm Handsome. I'm gonna name all my children after you even though they're already in college is a great line. The chorus is quite nice and makes the rest of the song worth it. 184, Talk to Him. Doofenshmirtz kinda killed this one, not gonna lie. 183, No Momo. This is easily the worst Ducky Momo song, but it's still pretty good. I like the recontextualization of the main theme to make it scarier. I don't know enough about modes to know which one they switched it to, though. My bad, music theorist. 182, I Love You, Mom. This one's really, really sweet in the context of the episode, but it's not particularly interesting on its own. 181, Feelin' Froggy. This one has great vocals. The guitar works pretty good, too. 180, The Way of the Platypus. This is thematically great. Glam metal is generally not my thing, but this is done so well that I forgive it. 179, Step Into the Great Unknown. I have no recollection of this song existing, but it's pretty nice. 178, Opening Winter Special. This is the worst variant of the theme song. This is the second winter-themed title sequence, if you're keeping count. And no, the Halloween one does not count as a variant because the lyrics are unchanged. The other Halloween one does, though. 177, Give Up. This is a really amusing idea for a song. Candace's little quips are very funny. I'm not even going for the bronze, and I forgot the Alamo are two of the best one-liners of all time. Plus, the song has an animation error that I noticed and thought was hilarious as a kid. 176, If Summer Only Lasted a Day. Short and not terrible. It's Beach Boys if they didn't use the annoying falsetto. It's fine enough. 175, Fletcher Family Flying Circus. This is a very fun song. Never thought I'd like this style of music, but I do like it. A banger by Lawrence Fletcher. Talk about an underutilized character. 174, Take Two with Phineas and Ferb opening. This is catchy enough. This was a dumb series that I hated as a kid, but now as an adult I really see how bad it is. They got Guy Fieri on an episode, and that's the best part about it. 173, Disco Miniature Golfing Queen. This is a fine disco song. Could have had a better bass line. 172, Welcome to Tokyo. I'm putting this high to piss people off. It's catchy, but bad. That's the fun thing. It's bad, and that's what makes it good. 171, Building a Supercomputer. This is another very funny song because it breaks the fourth wall in a pretty novel way for Season 3. Also, the chorus is quite catchy. Big fan of this one. 170, My Wettest Friend. The sudden burst of nostalgia this one gave me was unreal. This has a nice They Might Be Giants vibe, and I really love it. This is a really fun time. 169, Let's Spend Half a Day. This is a fun little song. I know this is a parody of something, but I cannot for the life of me figure out what. 168, Let's Go Digital. I really wish they used this as an opportunity to make a Phineas and Ferb chiptune song, but instead it's just a really heavy rock song, and it's quite fun and catchy. 167, Gitchy Gitchy Goo. It's catchy, which is what it's designed to be. It's not exceptional or anything. 166, Zubada. This is a better version of Gitchy Gitchy Goo because of the tribal sound. That's a rarity. Also, the thing that Baljeet does at the beginning is great. They're very close to saying Chungus, which is another plus. 165, Living in a Funhouse. This is a really fun house song. Just kidding, it's swing. Just wanted to make a pun, but it doesn't really work. 164, Chains on Me. This is the best blues song to ever exist. 163, Handcar. The opening backing chorus has a harmony that makes them sound like a train, and that's very clever. The song gets better as it goes on. I like how she calls Perry P. Imagine being called P. 162, Sval. It's not as good as Swinter, but it's still a mighty good song. Thankfully, there will never be a Spring. 161, Werecow on the Rampage / Werecow on the Rampage. I didn't realize they were both called the same thing. But yeah, it's two different songs. They're two technically distinct songs, but they're the same song and play in the same episode, so I'm combining them into one. It's a pretty catchy ditty. 160, Gotta Make Summer Last. This is really fun and catchy, if not short. 159, He'll Do Anything But Go Away. This is a really fun ballad. Really makes you feel like you're watching a 70s sitcom. 158, You're Going Down. Get used to butter cause you both are toast is a fucking raw line. The vocal harmonies are really great on this song. 157, Where Did We Go Wrong? They really knocked it out of the park for this Christmas special. I can't believe how good this is. 156, With a Dart. This entire song is an inherently good joke. The fact that it's so short only adds to its comedic value. Not the best song in the show, but it's a good gaffe. Plus, it reminds you of your own mortality, which is a really nice thing to think about in a children's show. 155, Frenemies. A song that Buford sings where he actually sounds good? What is this blasphemy? 154, Flashing Back to Fashion Forward. This is a really fun song. Sorry to anyone who's over 6'4" or under 5'2". This is not the song for you. The fashion designers who wrote the lyrics don't think you exist. 153, Dancing in the Sunshine. The framing of this being a bubblegum pop banger enjoyed by Doofenshmirtz, Broadway extraordinaire, doer of all evil, of all people, is very entertaining. 152, Flawless Girl. This is a nice little bossa nova tune. A fun time. 151, I Walk Away. The song is actually hilarious, and the line that Phineas delivers after it is also really funny, but it almost serves as a detriment to the song because it was supposed to be emotional. But like, it's so funny and good sounding, it isn't emotional at all. I don't know what to think of this. 150, Let's All Dance Till We're Sick. This is a really funky tune. I'd watch this show if it was real. 149, How Do I Do It? By virtue of being from the Milo Murphy's Law crossover, we get a Phineas and Ferb song sung by Weird Al. What should be a match made in heaven is actually a match made in... This is pretty good. 148, My Undead Mummy. Fantastic lyrics on this one. If a bully ever tries to poke me in the eye, I'll introduce him to my decomposing guy and he'll flee is gold. 147, Thank You, Santa. You're welcome, Santa. 146, Such a Beautiful Day. What makes this special is the B section that's heavier, but unfortunately the B section is the weak half. And also I found out through the course of this video that it's actually a pretty common trope in the Phineas and Ferb universe. But yeah, this is pretty good. 145, Pi. Shout out to this one for being the only reason I know the first couple digits of pi are 3.141592. 144, Double Dutch. This is a pretty catchy little ditty. 143, The Good Life. This is better than the Weezer song of the same name. This is like if the Beatles were good. 142, Rubber Bands, Rubber Balls. I like the vibe of this song. I like nearly every time Phineas and Ferb experiment with non-European styles of music, and this is one of the better instances. 141, Surfing Asteroids. The Beach Boys could never. Beach Boys if they weren't held at gunpoint to use falsetto for every second of every song. 140, Forever Summer. The song is stupid, and I kinda love it for it. The Thundercat-esque falsetto vocals that I just dissed for the Beach Boys using and scatting are great. 139, Ducky Momo Theme. He is my very best friend. 138, Just Wanna See You Smile. This one isn't actually in the show, but I found it and it's real and it's for a Listerine promotion and it's good and I wanted more than nobody to know it existed. 137, Nostrils on the Bus. This doesn't count as a song at all, but I love it so much that I'm including it. This is one of my childhood favorite bits from the entire show. I love Nostrils on the Bus. 136, Rebel Let's Go. This song's fine, but there's not much to say. The best part of the song is when Isabella asks Phineas if they're related, and when Phineas says no, she kisses him, which is clearly a jab at the familial relations in the Star Wars franchise. How did they get away with that? 135, Impress My Professor. Frank Sinatra could never. This song gets better as it goes on. 134, Perry the Teenage Girl. This is easily the worst take on the Perry the Platypus theme song, although the episode it's attached to is a contender for the best in the series. 133, Danville for Niceness, which this one wasn't cut off short, it's very good. 132, There's No One I'd Rather Go Nowhere With. This one's carried hard by the chorus, but I love the falsetto in it so much. Great chorus. 131, Atlantis. Phineas's auto-tune is really bad in this, but the melodies are very catchy, so I forgive it. 130, Blueprints. This song is unique for not being about an invention, but rather about the thing that makes the invention. I have nothing to say other than it's a fun and catchy song. 129, Jump Right To It. This is great. It's dumb as hell, but so are all the Fireside Girls songs, and yet I seem to love them all. 128, Let's Take a Quiz. This has to be the best song in the show that has ever not existed. 127, Just the Two of Us. This is a really nice shuffle. It's not the best song to be titled Just the Two of Us, but it is really good. 126, I Am a Superstar Remix. I will stand by this being a banger until my inevitable demise. This absolutely should not count as a song, but I like it enough to bend any kind of rules so that it can be discussed and praised, because it is actually a masterpiece. 125, What Does He Want? This is a pretty nice song. Don't know why Candace puts a DVD in the CD player though. 124, Watchin' and Waitin'. I remember this being bad, but it's really not. It's a song that gets better and better as it goes on. By the end, it becomes peak. 123, Triangulation. Only Phineas and Ferb can make a song about trigonometry a genuine banger. Well, I'm sure They Might Be Giants could do it too, but I'm already trying my damnedest not to compare them in a lot of these entries. But yeah, shout out to Isabella for finally doing something intelligent. Usually they make that either Phineas or Baljeet's thing. Glad they didn't forget that Isabella exists for once. 122, Backyard Beach. Steel drum carries. I love the steel drum line. 121, Whale Mingo. I don't know how they did it, but they made Buford's singing voice sound like some transcendent psychedelic whisper, and it sounds amazing. The backing chorus is great too. How did they make Buford of all characters into a person responsible for this amazing of a song? 120, My Goody Two Shoes Brother. The instrumentals are quite nice, the lyrics are funny, it's a pretty good Doofenshmirtz song all things considered. 119, Alien Heart. I can't believe Lawrence Fletcher made another banger. World's most underutilized character. 118, Snacks. I was listening to all these songs in a call with my friends, and we've been debating which ones count as jingles and which ones songs. One of them made the comment that I'm deciding if they're songs or jingles based on if I like them or not. And yeah, that's pretty true. This 12-second long jingle that features the world's worst autotune is so hilarious and catchy that I'm including it, despite the fact that it's horrible and only vaguely classifies as music. Please listen to the Tamil version, it's infinitely funnier. 117, Robot Rodeo. This one has a really cool vibe. The synths are fun and the vocal melodies are nice. 116, Bangaroo. 100 Gex could never. 115, Let's Take a Rocket Ship to Space. This is a really nice sounding slower jazz song, a beautiful chord progression quite honestly. 114, Finadroids and Furbots. Yep, this is cool. Nice robotic vocal effect. 113, There's a Platypus Controlling Me. Despite the fact that I don't like rap, this is easily one of the best songs in the show. The fact that it seems low is just because there's so many bangers in this show. I would bust this out at any party and get all the bitches. If I had rackets on my fingers, I wouldn't stop either. 112, Meet Our Leader. This is one of the best Broadway songs in the show. They do a lot of them in this show. 111, The Dance of Contrition. You think I will speak French? I will not speak French. 9! Another banger line. Both versions of this are amazing. Shout out to them making the Doofenshmirtz traditional version still a banger despite it being a genre I hate. 110, OWCA. This is a cover of YMCA and it's actually the superior version of the song. I will not take criticism on this. 109, The Fireside Girls Song. Yep, this is the Fireside Girls song, and it's not too terribly long. 108, The Beak. Really catchy. Gets the vibe of 60s superhero theme songs very well. 107, Winter Vacation theme song. This is pretty okay. It's the worst version of the theme song. Not the worst, though, just the worst. 106, I'm Me. Great chorus. The verse is a little samey, but like, the whole song is a banger. We're too deep in banger territory for me to give proper kudos to everything. 105, Mom Look. I think Mom should look, but she doesn't. 104, Big Honkin' Hole in My Heart. This is so sweet. I hope they get back together. The guitar works great. 103, Carl the Intern. Carl moment. 102, What Do It Do? This is a surprise. Very catchy. Very They Might Be Giants. A fun time. There's a dog piss joke. Why is the robot shaped like that? 101, I'm feeling so low. The Rhodes piano is great. Nice vibes. 100, Not Knowing Where You're Going. I don't have anything to say about this one other than it's really fun and I like it. The bass line's cool. 99, Back in Gimmelstump. Oh my god, this is one of the best Doofenshmirtz songs. It brilliantly and seamlessly switches between dramatically different genres and they're both great. 98, Shimmy Jimmy. The acapella part's really cool. Then the bass line comes in and it's awesome. 97, Gordian Knot. This is a really fun and catchy song. Candace's verse, however, is amazing. 96, Living in an Ant Society. Okay, this is just straight up a They Might Be Giants song. It's great though. 95, Roller Coaster. Shout out to Buford for somehow making a shit joke that was somewhat funny. When Phineas says, "Man, is this ride sweet or what?" I feel it in my soul. 94, When You Levitate. This song is a trip. Very funky. The different vocal styles make this one stand out. I can't believe I forgot about this one. 93, I Need My Letter Back. A great Isabella song. Not one of her best vocal performances, but the writing is quite good on this one, and that's enough to keep it where it is. 92, Moon Farm. I love this song. Not only is it a catchy little reggae song, but it has one of the funniest sections in the entire show. 91, Kick It Up a Notch. I think not putting this in the top 50 is a little blasphemous because it's actually excellent, but like, it's just because Phineas and Ferb songs past this point are peak music. This is great, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of generic. If you listen to enough rock music, I mean, it's just rock music. 90, Lies. This is one of the best Doofenshmirtz songs ever. He knocks it out of the park. I love the comedic foundation of this song too. Banger. 89, Hey Ferb. This is a forgettable song by virtue of being named Hey Ferb. I really wish it wasn't because it's an amazing song every time I listen to it. But again, it's easy to forget because it's called Hey Ferb. 88, Ferb Latin. How do they keep making such catchy swing songs? How do they do it? I cannot fathom how they wrote so many of these songs and that they were all good. 87, What Might Have Been. The guitar riff is very great. This song is supposed to be emotionally climactic, but it doesn't really hit me. But again, the guitar riff is great. 86, Chop Away at My Heart. I'm specifically including the version where Baljeet sings because I don't think Milo Murphy's Law otherwise counts as Phineas and Ferb. But yeah, I mean, banger right here. 85, Happy Evil Love Song. When a robot armies march! Hurts me. But the rest of the song is absolutely heartwarming. 84, Dance Baby. I didn't know this existed, but this is a brilliant dance song. I didn't even know I was capable of liking EDM, but this song changed my mind. 83, Happy New Year. Phineas and Ferb songs are the peak of modern pop music. How do they do it? 82, Real Boy. Norm spittin' fire. The opening chorus is really catchy and I like it a lot, but Norm be spittin' the whitest rap of all time and it genuinely goes hard. 81, I Wish I Was Cool. Great work, Baljeet. 80, Swinter. Despite being a parody of Christmas music, the objectively worst genre of all time, this is a banger. Real surprise. I don't trust anyone who calls it wummer. 79, Extraordinary. The bad auto-tune in this makes it seem like a predecessor to hyperpop. Really great stuff here. I love this song. 78, A Prime Calypso. The instrumental track is fantastic. Sublime could never. I love the Latin vibe this one has. 77, Yodel Obey Me. And people say country is bad. 76, Interface. Another banger Norm song. Norm doesn't miss. 75, Evil Tonight. This song is a great disco song. I love this. I don't have a Napoleon complex. Napoleon had a me complex is a banger line. 74, Der Kinderlamper. This song is great. I love how demented and evil it is. It starts out like a normal villain song and by the end, Der Kimperlamper would consume all. It's great. 73, Gimme a Grade. This song's amazing. Baljeet knocked it out of the park. The pun of the Baljeetles alone does not prepare you for the magnitude of this song. 72, Punky Momo. Despite being a duet of Candace and Vanessa as a punk rock cover of the Ducky Momo theme, I'm surprised it's not better. 71, My Nemesis. This song is incredibly stupid and that's why I love it so much. 70, Giant Puppet. This is a transcendent electronic song with eerie but peaceful vocals. It has a vibe that no other Phineas and Ferb song has, and it's amazing because of it. 69, Don't Look Down. I love this one, very catchy. I love the eclectic instrumentation. I don't know many songs that sound like this, so its uniqueness carries hard. 68, The Universe Is Against Me. The bass and horns of the song make this song feel really heavy. Like, this is the first time I've ever thought a brass section was metal, but that's just the way Phineas and Ferb music rewires your brain. Plus, the chorus is amazing. 67, Tatooine. From the catchy verses and choruses to the rap breakdown, this is a really great song and definitely the best song in the Star Wars special. 66, Perry the Platypus theme. I prefer the one where he has a fez. 65, Home on the Road. Ferb dumped a whole ass chicken into the fryer oil and didn't get horrific third-degree burns from the splash. How? This is the real best country song of all time. 64, Chupacabra Ho. Well, the last song was the best country song of all time, well, this is the best western of all time, and as we all know,
you can't mix country with western. These two completely different types of music.
63, Big Ginormous Airplane. Oh yeah, baby, this is peak swing. This is what the 50s strived to be but can never be because the writers of Phineas and Ferb music didn't exist at that point. 62, Sunshine and Bubblegum. This song is sickeningly happy and upbeat. It frustrates me how positive it is. But like, it's amazing. It's so catchy and I love it so much. But it makes me ill. 61, Isabella's Birthday Song. The sine wave near the end of this song is great. Why do they give the literal best songs to Isabella and Candace all the time? 60, The History of the Tri-State Area. The bass line is great. The vocals are really impressive and very impressive. What? Why did I write that? If you think of something better, well, I double dog dare you, but if you can't, then get out of my face is a banger line. 59, Tree-Related Wish. Why is every song in the Wizard of Oz special gold? And more importantly, why did it never air when I was a kid? 58, Won't Keep Us Apart. This is really great. The vocals are great. I'm struggling so hard to come up with anything to say, but I promise you it's great. 57, B-Day. This is a song that gets progressively better as it goes on, but then it ends on a dissonant note and then they make a banger joke out of it. The ending being bad should make it bad, but it really doesn't. Being bad adds to this song's glory. 56, Candace. Imagine opening a song with the line, "She's Candace," like the Venus de Milo, except she's not armless and handless. The piano was also great for the first half, and the harmonies are great for the second half. For perhaps the most forgettable song in the show, this is incredible. 55, Opening Theme. A classic theme song. I like when Candace says idiots. The bass line is really funky. The B section on the full version is really nice. 54, Everything's Better with Perry. I'm starting to think this is true because every single song with Perry in the title is a certified banger. 53, Rock Climbing Wall. How did they make such a banger out of rock climbing? This isn't even a cool invention. It's like if Phineas and Ferb made a big tennis court and the songwriters were like, you know what, let's make Claire de Lune. How do they do it? The vocals in this are so great, especially the falsettos. Shout out to that funk guitar. 52, Opening Halloween Theme 2013. They changed the chords to be more edgy and scary sounding, and it infinitely improves it. This is the best version of the theme song. 51, Ready for the Bettys. Having no recollection of this song, it's wild how good this is. The bandmates have very good character designs. 50, Highly Unconventional Vehicle. This was a childhood favorite of mine. One of the most infectious choruses ever. Taught me the word unconventional. This was instrumental in my lingual development, and I think that means something. 49, Perry in a Fez. Speaking of Perry, this is the version of the Perry the Platypus song with him in a fez. This is the best version of it because he's in a fez. 48, Hemoglobin Highway. This is gold. The opening lyric is just the two of us in an esophagus. How could you not love that? This is a masterpiece. 47, Izzy's Got the Frizzies. This is funky as hell. The guitar, the bass, the vocals, everything about this just screams funk. It's great. 46, Mysterious Force. Candace knocks us out of the park. Some of the best vocal melodies in the show. 45, Not So Bad a Dad. This show really knows how to make a jazz ballad exceptional. This perfectly encapsulates the emotional dilemma Vanessa faces, and it's incredibly catchy. I remember being genuinely emotional the first time I heard it. I felt so bad for Doofenshmirtz. He's one of the best dads in history, and you can't change my mind. 44, Fabulous. His ego is very funny. The chorus carries the song hard though, because otherwise it's just funky rap. 43, Haunted by You, aka Vampire Queens Love Pimpernels. Song sounds like Ween. Ferb slays, the vocals are incredible. 42, Backyard Hodgepodge. Ladies and gentlemen, internet sensation Perry Grip! This is an amazing song, not only because it's a really great song by Perry Grip, among his best work, but also because it makes Flipnote canon in the Phineas and Ferb universe. Perry Grip became famous not only because of his YouTube career with Raining Tacos, but also because of his Flipnote success with songs like I Got No iPhone and Smiley Cat. Flipnote Hatena is canon in the Phineas and Ferb universe. 41, Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. I kept not including this one because it's obviously just a jingle, but yeah, this piano rendition counts. He should really write the rest of it someday. It's literally the best piano in the entire show. How is this so good? 40, The Ballads of Paul, aka Paul's Revelations Opera, aka like 7 other songs. Multiple people consider these multiple songs to be one thing. As one continuous thing, this is a contender for the best song in the show. From the iconic "There's a dweeb in the crosswalk" to the emotional "Kitty in a box" to the prophetic "Sliding down a tube." This is a masterpiece of comedy rock. How do they do it? As multiple songs, they would just hover in the 70s, but as one thing, this is one of the best. 39, Set the Record Straight. Jeremy knocked this one out of the park, but to be honest, his ass did not set the record straight. 38, Wedding Adventure. This is a voyage of a song. Both halves of the song are amazing on their own, but the tonal dissonance of having them both together just makes this incredible. But seriously, the opening is just glorious. It's one of the most satisfying progressions I've ever heard. 37, Spa Day. Holy fuck, I did not expect where this song went, but it's so good. Hilarious and a banger at the same time. Everything you'd want in a Phineas and Ferb song. 36, Evil for Extra Credit. This is actually one of the best songs in the show, and it's embarrassing that no one else gives it the credit it deserves. I love how blatantly inspired by Metallica's Enter Sandman this is. Carl is such a hilarious character to give one of the heaviest songs in the show to. Major props to this one. 35, Doof's Evil Hideout Vacation Swap. This is swanky and funky as hell. The singing is fantastic, and it's just a really swanky vibe I like. 34, Christmas is Starting Now. This is the second best Christmas song in history. Second only to Christmas is Creepy by Fred Figglehorn. This doubles as one of the best swing songs ever. How do they do it? How is this song so good? 33, The Ballad of Klimpaloon. The bass in this song is absurd, but overall it's just an insanely catchy love handle song. One of the best for sure. 32, One Good Scare. This song is great, one of the best Broadway-style songs in the series, but what really makes it is Baljeet and Buford's intermissions. They're just so goddamn funny. 31, Rusted. I wish this song didn't exist so I didn't have to rank it so high, but it is amazing. 30, Busted. Normie pick for the best song. It's not the correct choice, but it's certainly not a wrong choice. The instrumental track is fantastic. This totally does not seem like a Season 1 song. 29, Waggle Dance. I'm sorry. No human being could hit 13 hertz. That's way too fast for a human ass to gyrate. 28, You Snuck Your Way Right Into My Heart. I really wish the song wasn't interrupted by a minute of talking, but it makes sense because this is a TV show and not a musical. That's why the Spotify version exists. 27, Couldn't Kick My Way Into Her Heart. Somehow the Doofenshmirtz version is better than the Love Handle version. Mostly because the guitar solo exists in this one, but also because the lyrics are funnier. 26, When We Didn't Get Along. They put the world's saddest piano chord progression alongside hilarious yet really heartwarming and sad lyrics. This is an actual masterpiece and I love it so much. 25, Do Nothing Day. This is a fantastic song. Lyrically stupid, but that checks out because that's what it's a satire of. I initially had this in the 80s, but it grew on me a ton, to the point where I looped it like 20 times in a row. 24, Summer, Where Do We Begin? I'm glad they have the Where Do We Begin in parentheses. There's like 7 songs called Summer, and they're pretty much all bangers. This is the one that happens to be one of the catchiest things of all time. Pop music peaked with Phineas and the Ferb. Pop music peaked with Phineas and Ferb, and I am not exaggerating. 23, Ariel Area Rug. Actual masterpiece. I love that this is a Disney property unabashedly making fun of another Disney property. This is better than its source material too. Yes, I do like this better than A Whole New World. Fight me. 22, Yellow Sidewalk. What is this? Where did it come from? Why is this so good? Why is every vocal melody better than the last? This is a banger and I love it. 21, Going Deep Inside Your Mind. This is the heaviest song in the show. I don't care that there's one that parody different metal genres, the psychedelic element of this one carry hard and make this a certified headbanger. This is borderline demonic and sure to ruffle a few 1950s conservative feathers. 20, Girls Day Out. This is the only song in the show that I'm embarrassed to listen to, but I would also blast in public without shame. This song bangs hard and I refuse to stay silent any longer. Listen to the acoustic guitar, I beg. 19, Ducky Momo Is My Friend. This song makes you want to cry. Not just me. You. Everyone. Listen to this shit and don't cry. I dare you. 18. Mexican Jewish Cultural Festival. Despite the song not existing, it's potentially the best song in the entire show. If it existed, it might be ranked higher. 17. Come Home Perry. This song perfectly encapsulates the vibe of losing a pet. No other show has done this before. None. Candace's verse is absolutely hilarious. Wait, sorry, I mean Larry. I didn't mean to dead name her like that. The final chorus's harmony is beautiful. This is an easy 10 out of 10. 16, Ain't Got Rhythm. I really don't want to put this so high because it's another normie pick, but it's actually a classic. This is one of the most popular songs for a reason. It's simply the catchiest thing ever written. 15, Fly on the Wall. Wow, I had no idea the song was so good. When you order off the menu, it's always number 2 is the funniest shit joke in human history. How did they do that? 14, What You Doing? Oh yeah, this is an amazing song. The guitar work is fantastic. Isabelle is able to perfectly transfer from the funk rock chorus to the slower verses. She was built for this song. 13, Summer Belongs to You. Somehow the songs that were intended to be radio hits actually deserve to be radio hits. This is one of the most climactic songs in the entire show and brilliantly ties up the episode it's a part of. This is one of those songs that will always get you in a good mood. It's brilliant. 12, That's the Norm. The bass is so good. For a joke song, the bass alone would be so good that it deserves the spot, but like, the vocals are catchy as hell too. If this was a show, I'd watch it. I fucking love you, Norm. 11, AGLET. Don't forget it. The playlist I used to find all the songs in this ranking sure did, but I didn't. This song is amazing. 10, Livin' with Monkeys. Oh my god, for a song called Livin' with Monkeys, this is an insanely emotionally resonant song. How did they do it? The entire song has an emotional country rock feel, which is like, what is this? How did they do this? Why is this so good? 9, Queen of Mars. One of the best ever. I know it's derivative of Hot Shell Ray's Tonight, but I don't care because it's fantastic. This is the most catchy and fun pop song to ever exist. 8, Curtain Call / Time Spent Together. Holy shit. This was an emotional roller coaster when I first heard it. The rock section in the middle isn't all that impressive or good to me, but it is a good recap of the highlights from the show. The intro and outro segments can and will bring tears to the eyes of anyone who grew up with the show. Absolutely the perfect outro for the show. I could not have ended the show better. 7, Us Against the Universe. The bass alone gets this into the top 10, but like, oh my god, Phineas's verse. Actually the best thing he's done musically in the entire show. How did they pull this off so long after the show ended? 6, Only Trying to Help. The Isabella and Candace collaboration I didn't know I needed, but I absolutely did. How is this as good as it is? Are these the best 2 voices in the industry, or are the songwriters just transcendent? I actually got goosebumps from how good this is. How is this possible? Plus, like, the lyrics are a genuinely great feminist message that shit-talk the superhero industry that they roped into collaborating for with this episode. The balls needed to pull off a song like this in a Marvel crossover is insane. This is a masterpiece. 5, Carpe Diem. This would be a perfect closer to the show as a whole, but alas, they put peak music at the end of some random special. This is just how Phineas and Ferb be. They just have such good songs that they didn't even need the best song of all time to be a closer to the show as a whole. Shout out to the Spotify version for banishing world-renowned choreographer Kenny Ortega to the Nether Realm. I'm glad the show ended with time spent together, but this is the climactic ending rather than the emotional ending that one went for. Because it's so goddamn exciting. 4, Me, Myself, and I. Oh, hell yeah, this is just fantastic. How did they nail the grunge vibe with Candace of all characters? Evanescence could never make something this beautiful. The guitar work is brilliant, the tones are great and heavy, the vocal melodies are the catchiest in the entire show. 3, Meatloaf. This is my personal pick for the best song musically in the entire show. I can't not sing along. Its comedic value lies in the absurdity of having a song about meatloaf be a genuine banger, and I think that's enough. 2, My Cruisin' Sweet Ride. Hey, remember on the previous entry when I said Meatloaf was the best song musically in the entire show? Yeah, I lied, it's actually this. This doubles as the best 50s swing song of all time. They knocked this out of the park. Number 1, City of Love. I wish it was the City of Airplane parts. Nah, but seriously, the bass line is fantastic, every guitar flourish is great, Isabella knocks it out of the park, the synth that happens in every chorus is great, and the outro harmony is one of the best ending chords in human history. The reason this is my favorite is because it's not only a brilliant piece of music, but I simply find Phineas's running bit of ignoring her and talking about airplane parts to be incredibly funny. This is everything I want in a Phineas and Ferb song and more. And there we go, I just ranked 350 Phineas and Ferb songs and I have no idea how to end this. Wait a minute, my latest invention, the Don't Forget Doof's Daily Dirt Anime Ponies and Bubble Tea-nator, has been self-destructed. Curse you, Perry the Platypus!